In this video, I want to show you how to edit the lithophane photo that you make from the online tool to the shape and the size that fit your project better. At first, you need to make a lithophane photo out of your own photo. Just pay attention to the size. For example, this the black shape is the black rectangle in the photo that you make from the website, and let's say the red area is the one that you taken out of. Pay attention so that your size of your photo is big enough for you to do all of the cutting after. In my case, I use this photo to make the example. Let's go to the website that you can make the lithophane photo with. I use the 3DP rock lithophane here. In the image, import your image into the website. Then in the setting, okay, wait for them to load. In the model setting, I choose the size, maximum size 250. This is depend on what you want. Okay, you have to have the more or less the size that fit for your project. The thickness I choose 3 mm is the good enough and reasonable thickness so that your lithophane photo can be seen clearly and don't need to print extremely thick photo, and then the light can come out easily. So that for the model setting, be careful with the image setting. Choose the positive image instead of negative image. Now back to your model. You can refresh and download your photo into desktop. Desktop is here. Done. So that's all we need to do with lithophane. Let's turn it off. Okay, now I have the STL file here. Let's check with the Prusa license. If you have Cura, you can see with it to add the photo here. So you see this is the original photo that you add into the 3DB block. It looks like this. Now I want to cut just the small area here. For example, this rectangle with the 4 faces of the people. Okay, to make Blender ready for the job, the editing STL file, and to be able to export the STL file that work well with the 3D printer, I already have a video clip how to set all of the unit. So I won't repeat it here anymore. Just import the file that you should make. It takes some time for the thing, depend on your file big or small. Okay, let's look at it from the top. If you type N, you will see that the size of the photo I make is 250 and 177, and the thickness is 3 mm. Let's say I want to cut rectangles with the size of 150 and 100 for the faces only. First, you need to add a new mesh with the cube with the dimension that you want. Here I will put 150. Okay. Yes. Okay. Good. So I have 150. But as I say, I want the side wise. It's only 100. So it's here 100. And the Z side is the thickness. Our thickness is only 3 mm, so you can choose whatever, like whatever more than 3 should work fine. Let's choose 8 mm just for the demo. Okay. Now if you toggle the X-ray, you'll be able to see through it, and easier for you to adjust the position of the rectangle. Click on the cube. Okay. And right, let's go to 7. Click on the cube, type J, so you can move the thing along on the angle here, like more or less the good position. After you are already change the dimensions and scale it up and move it, you should to be sure for all of the modifier to work correctly, you should uniform the size in a way. So let me uniform it by type Control A and all transforms. So now it's perfect. You see on the scale X, Y, Z, it's become 1 and it the rougher dimension. Okay, back to the top view. Now to cut this out of your photo, just go to the photo. Okay, you can add a modifier called Boolean. Okay, in Boolean there are 3 options of intersect, union, and different. Different is this outside area. Intersect is the inside area, and the union is combine both of them. In this case, we're gonna choose the intersect. Okay, and with the object, we're gonna select the cube that we already made. Okay, again, it is sometime. When it's ready, you can see the photo now looks smaller. It's perfect position that we want. So you can hide the cube. And now you can export back this STL file to the so that you can do when work with 3D printer. So export as, and I'm gonna save it as rectangle .stl. Remember to select the selection only. Check on the checkbox selection only. Export STL. You have it. Now let's go to the screen. You have the rectangle here. Okay. Let's import it into the crucial slicer. Okay, rectangle. Here you see this is the photo that we cut from the big photo. Let's try a little bit more with it by cutting instead of rectangle, we're gonna cut a hexagon out of the photo. To create it's gonna be the same process, but you have to create a hexagon inside Blender. And how to do that? At first, I'm gonna remove this modifier so we have back the photo. Okay. To make a hexagon inside Blender, you could add a mesh, add a cylinder, and the trick is to add these 6 vertices instead of 32 like default. So you're gonna have 6 edges. No, 6 vertices, which is 6 edges. And then the number of radius, I want something like 168 for diameter. So the radius should be 168 by 2. And the depth, as we say, whatever bigger than 3 is fine. So let's say go to 8. And I want the angle is 90 degrees around Z. So now that's the one. Is the correct size, but we need to choose the position also. Type G, move it to where you want. I'm gonna put it here. Okay, so done it, perfect. Now do the same thing, choose the photo. Okay, add modifier, go to Boolean, add intersect, and pick the cylinder that you make, and give it some time for it to process because it's a big file. Okay, you have it now. Let's hide the cylinder and choose the photo, export it, STL file, and save it, hexagon. So here you can add the hexagon into your slicer. Yeah. Using this method, basically you can cut whatever shape that you want from the photo that you make from the online tool. Fit your project better. Thank you for watching.